Hello, welcome everybody. My name is William, and today I would like to give you a quick start guide how to use PIVlab for your analysis. And what is PIVlab? PIVlab is a free piece of software that lets you do or perform particle image velocimetry in MATLAB using a graphical user interface. And particle image velocimetry is a method that is used to get space-resolved velocity information or displacement measurements from image data. It can be used for all sorts of measuring tasks. In this video, I would like to give you an overview how to install PIVlab, and then also how to get your image data into PIVlab and how to do a very quick analysis. There will be two other videos where I explain more in depth how you can actually tune your analysis settings, and also how you will export or how you can export data and how you can process data in PIVlab. Okay, then let's start with the download. You just go to the MathWorks file exchange website of PIVlab, and then you have two possibilities. You can download the toolbox, or if you have an older MATLAB release, then you can also download a zip. And the important thing is, if you download the zip, then you have to extract the contents into a folder where you have write access. So for example, you can use your MATLAB work directory. That's actually suitable. Yeah, I will download the toolbox, and when the download finished, you just open this mltbx something file. It's a zipped MATLAB toolbox file, and this will launch MATLAB, and it will install the toolbox and the app, which is actually identical. It says installation complete. Great. And then you navigate to this apps thing here in MATLAB, and you can just click PIVlab, and it will start PIVlab. And if you installed the zip file, let's quickly close PIVlab again, then you would navigate to the directory where you installed it, and then you would go to PIVlab GUI.m, and you just actually hit F9, which will run this M file. And it also, during startup, will check if you have the parallel computing toolbox installed, and if you do, then it will start a parallel pool. So it uses all your computer cores to do the actual PIV calculations later, which is actually saving a lot of time. That's pretty handy. Yeah, well, now you have three possibilities to get image data into PIVlab. The first possibility is that you click Load Images. Pretty obvious, actually. Then you select the classical PIVlab Karman example, and you click Add, so it will add it to the list of images that it will import. And then you can select if you want to have like the time-resolved sequencing style or the pairwise sequencing style. Then I click Import. And I can navigate through the images with this little bar here, and I can also toggle between the image or inside the image pair with the toggle button. The second possibility is that you have a video, and then you can click Load a Video. You can select a video file. There's also an example provided from a little mountain bike trip that I did recently. And you can select the start and the end frame. You can scroll through the images, obviously. You can hit the space bar to play the video. Then let's say we import from image number 20 to image number 40, and we want to import every second image only. Then we click Import Video Frames, and the same as before, your data is displayed here, and you can toggle between the image inside the image pairs with the toggle button. Now the third, and actually most exciting, at least for me, possibility is that you can also capture PIV images directly in PIVlab. And maybe I should quickly explain what this actually means. This means that PIVlab can control your synchronizer and your laser and your camera with just some button clicks. So it makes a whole PIV project very easy and very, very simple. So what I can do is I can sort of record calibration images directly in PIVlab. I can set the settings of my pulse laser, like the pulse distance or the laser energy or whatever. I can set all these things in PIVlab, and I can of course also do the actual recording of the PIV images. And I will quickly show you how this works also. So the first thing that we do is that we select a project folder. Let's create one. Let's call it PIVlab video tutorial or something like this. We select this folder, and this folder actually is the folder where all the data, all the image data and all the settings files will be written to. Then we select the configuration. Currently there's only one available configuration. Maybe there will be more in the future, we will see. And this selects the synchronizer, which is called the PIVlab-SimpleSync, and it also selects the camera. It's an PIV nano camera. At the moment it's a pretty nice camera. It's not so expensive. It has a resolution of a little bit more than 1 megapixel, and it has an minimal interframe time of about 1 microseconds. This actually allows you to capture also supersonic flow speeds. That should also work. Then I connect to my PIVlab-SimpleSync. This is a special device that I developed here at Optolution, which is also available from Optolution. And this is a wireless connection going from a USB dongle in the laptop to, I don't know if you can see it, to a little synchronizer, which is directly attached to the laser. Now I'm connected. I can also select the frame rate. I can select the pulse distance. Let's just enter something, 200. And I can of course also select the laser power. Now what I would do now is that I turn on the laser. That will make a little bit of noise. And yeah, now the laser started. I will turn it on so it actually fires. And I will now adjust the calibration target in relation to the laser sheet. And I can turn on laser off again. And now I want to capture a calibration image. So I start the live view. Let's take a slightly longer exposure time. I start the live view of the camera. And yeah, I have to take the cap off. Okay, now you see something. Now I adjust the focus in relation to my calibration target, which is just a simple ruler in this case. That looks pretty good. And yeah, now I just click stop and save. It will save this calibration image to the folder that I selected. And now I can actually start my PIV recordings. Oh no, I have to remove the target, of course. And then I will set the laser power to 5%. We have a very, very powerful laser, so 5% is more than enough in this case. Yeah, I will capture 100 images, and now I can just click start and save the analysis. That will start laser and camera. And you can see, yeah, that is actually recording PIV recordings. It's now switching between image A and B. There's a different exposure in these images. And if it has finished recording 100 images, it will turn off the laser again automatically and load all the images into PIVlab. And yeah, now I can scroll through my images. They are all directly imported into PIVlab. And yeah, finally, I can analyze my images. Now the settings are not tweaked, so there's actually some erroneous selectors. But this is how you can capture data in PIVlab. And now in the next video I will show you how you tweak the settings of the PIV algorithm, how you do a proper image pre-processing, and then there will be a third video where I will show you how you export and process data from and in PIVlab. So thank you very much for the attention, and see you in the next video.